Okay, y'all. So I grew up in Mississippi. Religion has been in my life for a long time, and I just know all these stories in the Bible, and they are so applicable to life. And if you don't believe in anything, that is fine and dandy. I can give you a law of attraction um, analogy once I get done with this. But a lot of times people can mistaken their Job moments for their Jonah moments. And oftentimes people can mistaken their Jonah moments for their Job moments. And so if you don't know what I'm talking about, in the Bible, Job was the guy who Satan was trying to test. And so Job, he was a faithful servant of God. And for a period of time, he just kept getting bad news after bad news. Things just kept happening, and like he lost his money, he lost all his cattle, lost his home. He got leprosy, and then I think even his wife was like, "Joe, just curse God and die." Like what? But he did not. He kept his faith, and then as a result, he ended up getting double of what he had lost. And so Jonah, he was the guy that God was like, "Hey, I got something for you to do." Jonah was like, "Nah, I'm good." And so God ended up catching him while he was trying to run away from his purpose, and he got swallowed up by a fish. So, going back to what I was saying originally, a lot of times people can mistake their Job moments for their Jonah moments because they have been going through trials and tribulations for so long, and they've been faithful. They've been doing the things that they've needed for so long that they want to just lose hope, and maybe they do lose hope, or maybe they go through a depression because they're like, things ain't happening the way I want to. But sometimes you just have to wait for things to fall into place, for things to work perfectly. And so you have to realize, and this is why it helps to be aligned with your intuition and to be guided by the Holy Spirit, so you will be able to understand that, hey, God, he has not left you, he has not forgotten you, he has not forsaken you. He's just keeping you in this uncomfortable period to perfect you, to create something great in you, because it takes pressure to make diamonds. And if you see a big diamond, it probably took a long time under pressure before it got that big. And so if you are not aligned with yourself, if you're not following what you're supposed to be doing, you can be easily persuaded to give up and to go somewhere else and do something else, and end up losing your way. And so you may fall into the trap of thinking you're in a Jonah moment. And so you're like, whatever, I'm going to do whatever I want to. And so you have to remember to stay in line with your intuition. And so on the flip side, if you are going through a Jonah moment, thinking, I'm going to do whatever I want to do, this is what I want to do, this is what I want to do, this is my way, but this particular way that you're trying to push through isn't the way that you are supposed to go, because you can think of a plan, but God directs your steps. The universe directs your steps. You're always being guided. You can be ignoring the promptings of your intuition or the Holy Spirit, and your plan won't fall through. And you may be thinking, oh my gosh, I know this is right, but you're going through a Jonah moment. And so until you are able to humble yourself, you are able to practice humility and figure out and take a step back and figure out what is really going on, what your purpose is, and what you're supposed to be doing, then things will fall back into place. And this is also why it's important to understand that when you pray, you're giving a request to God. And God responds to you, or the universe responds to you through your intuition. And so until you learn those signs, until you learn how to humble yourself or to be aligned to accept those downloads or accept the signs that come to you, you're going to be clueless. You're never going to walk through life understanding what's going on. So if you don't believe in religion, if you're atheist, if you believe in law of attraction, I would say just go into the idea of as soon as you become aligned to your good, then things will come to you. And if it comes to manifestation, if you aren't manifesting the things that you want, it's either because your mind isn't aligned to it, or the thing that you want isn't what is destined for you. And so even you may go through extremes trying to get what you want to. You may go through crazy diets. You may try to manipulate people to stay in relationships. But in the end, anything that is ill got won't last. And so you may be trying to cling to things that aren't necessarily meant for you. And so this is why a lot of people get frustrated, and why a lot of people get angry or hopeless or feel helpless, or just go on these long Google searches, or just ask Google or Facebook for a lot of questions or for a lot of advice, because they don't really know. But if you look within, if you seek your higher being, your higher self, if you work on aligning yourself to your good, if you work on focusing on your passions and focus on your purpose, everything will fall into place. You just have to know how to align yourself. And you can't do that if you're distracted. You can't do that if you're ignoring the warning signs. You can't do that if you're constantly ignoring the pain. Because if you're ignoring health issues, joint pain issues, digestion issues, how can you be sure that you're focused on that small still voice that speaks to you when you're getting guidance from above? Just a little thought. Happy Tuesday, y'all.